Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are watching from today. Welcome to another edition of Likeable Leaders. I am your host, Dave Kerpen, and I am so excited to chat for the next 20 minutes or so with Omer Shai, the CMO of Wix, which I didn't tell Omer this in the pre-interview, but I've been fortunate enough to use Wix with not one, not two, but three of my companies. We use Wix with Likeable Local, our software as a service company that helps small businesses manage social media. We use Wix with Apprentice, which matches the best entrepreneurs with the best and brightest college students, and a marketplace. And we use Wix with Remembering.live and Celebrating.live, our virtual memorial service company. So we've been big fans of Wix as a company for a while. So I was delighted to connect with Omer recently. And here he is on the show for you guys. So I'm welcome to the show, Omer.
Thank you very much, Dave, for having me. Super excited to be here.
It is wonderful to have you on today. As always, after I ask you a bunch of questions, I'm going to open up questions to the audience. So if you have a question for Omer or for me, feel free to post it in the comments. As always, anytime you post in the comments, you can win a copy of one of my books. So feel free to post where you're from, where you're watching from today, or if you have a question at all for Omer, post that, and somebody that posts will win. We'll do that at least 3 times. We'll do it 3 times before we let Omer go. So you are a master marketer. Tell us a little bit about your story, Omer, and how you ended up at Wix and some of the work that you've done at Wix. It's really an incredible story of growth.
Thank you for the compliment. So I joined Wix more than 12 years ago. Before that, I failed in my previous startup. I tried to develop 2 or 3 startups before joining Wix. I was actually broke when the team offered me to join. When I came, Shai, the CEO, asked me to join the company. I asked him what's going to be my position. And he asked me, he told me that we both will build a marketing team together. I said, no problem, but I don't want to manage anyone. I will do everything by myself. Today it's a bit different. My team is around 400 people or so. So we grew really, really nicely. When in such a huge journey from 0 users to more than 200 million users, you are doing so many things. You are adjusting all the time. You are doing huge things like Super Bowl campaigns that we did 5 to small and tiny improvement around the funnel and more that improving the result of the company. We went public 7 years ago. So, so many things that we did together as a team here that I'm super excited to share.
So one of my favorite topics in market, first of all, I love talking about marketing. And one of my favorite topics is talking about the changing role of traditional versus digital and social media. You are a fan clearly of Super Bowl ads. How do you think about, besides Super Bowl ads though, how do you think about television, radio, outdoor, all of the traditional forms of advertising versus a digital and social?
So today we are 100% digital and social. Okay, so I think this is the really good answer to your question, right? First, so through the journey, we believe in a lot of testing, and we tested a lot. And there are some period of the company when we did TV that we felt that it's important for us to support the other things that we are doing with TV. We did also radio. Out of home, we did just 1 of 2 tests. And eventually, like I think it was 4 years ago or 3 years ago, we decided to move 100% back to social and online. We are 100. When we started, we are an online company, so it was for us easy to start and do everything online. And we wanted to check what other thing we can promote ourselves and then move back to online. So we are definitely 100% online now, and we are a fan of online.
Yeah, sounds like you're a fan of online and you're a fan of testing to really see what works. And that one of the things that I love about online, specifically social media and paid, is that you can run so many tests and really understand so much more, in my opinion, than you can when you're doing the traditional forms of marketing. Would you agree?
Exactly. And it's like you can measure, you can test, you can do a small investment. Okay, the production costs are totally different. The investments that you need to do. A lot of companies, when they are thinking about going and do TV or doing even Super Bowl, they are going all in and investing so much money in production and execution of the ad. And today there really no reason to do that. Okay, trial and errors, a lot of version, see what's worked, and also methodology of constant improvement. Okay, you need to be testing all the time and try to improve yourself on a daily basis. Actually,
one thing I'm very passionate about is small businesses and helping
and so
small
do I.
businesses grow. But it's a hard group to market to. And so often, in my experience at least, the acquisition costs for acquiring a small business customer versus the lifetime value, it can be a challenge. How do you think about marketing to the small business customer specifically? And what percentage of your business is small business versus a solopreneur versus bigger businesses?
So all the product that we built first was for the entrepreneur and small businesses. Okay, so I think that today we have more than 200 million users globally, so we have everyone. Okay, so the percentage of small business on our market is the same as the small business percentage from the whole business on the world. That means huge amount of businesses, and our product is perfect for them because we are enablers. We build a platform that enable everyone to look really, really beautiful, and with all the tools that they need to have, like operation system, not to just create a website and also to run your business around it. And today, someone who is running the business from home can look like a top 500, Fortune 500 company because of the tools that we are providing them. In terms of user acquisition cost, it depends how you build a business. And we are privileged to be a business who was running around huge demands of our clients. A lot of users were looking for a solution like us. And we build our brand around people who look like to solve an issue that they have. And we gave them the tools to fulfill what they were looking for. So we build our brand with solving a lot of problems to our customers. So we didn't build the brand and then solve the user problem. So I'm calling it brand performance. We did brand and thought about performance. We did performance and thought about the brand all the time. And we built both of them together. And this is where we are today.
Sounds like by really solving problems from the start for your customers, you've been able to build a very strong brand along the way. We have a question from our audience, and I'm going to also give away our first winner. Our first winner is Christine Brunsden from Canada. We have a great global audience here as well, Omer. So Christine, congratulations. Send us your address and we'll get a copy of one of my books out to you. And our first question is, we're gonna actually take you back pre-Wix, because you mentioned you had a startup. And we do have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch as well. And Brian wants to know what were the highs and lows from your startup days?
So a lot of lows. So it was 2005, between 2005, 2006, something like that, 2007. We developed a education application for mobile phone, and it was before the era of smartphone. And I did so many mistakes from building the team, thinking about going to the market with partners and to count on other and not control your destiny. Invest a lot of long and tireful raising money processes. So a lot of flow. But I learned a lot. Okay, I learned that I was, I was sending emails to, for example, I remember, and I was really the beginning of my entrepreneurship life. I sent email to someone in the board of McGraw-Hill, that eventually I got a meeting in New York, okay, at McGraw-Hill with part of the board and management because a cold email that I sent. Okay, so I learned a lot about what to do and what not to do. And when Wix offered me to join, I think I was much more mature in the way that I thought about running business and going after customers. Control the destiny. This is the most important thing.
Great, thank you. And you gave me an easy book plug giveaway because McGraw-Hill published my first book, Likeable Social Media. So we'll give a copy of that book to the next winner. And I saw another question coming from Bangladesh. Oh, this is an interesting question. From Kanamuri. I'm sorry if I mess up your names, guys. Why is Wix named Wix?
So we were searching. We thought about something like Wixpress at the beginning. It was a combination of two words that define expression online, and then we found that the three-letter URL Wix is free, and we negotiate the URL and we bought that, and this is where we moved from Wixpress to Wix. Today it's really expensive to buy a three-letter URL. Back then it was one of the best investments that we did.
We're actually getting lots of great questions, which is terrific here. Here's the next question is, how do you see business owners using Wix differently since the pandemic hit? So what kind of user behavior? I know you study your customer behavior, which I love. What changes are you seeing, if any?
So a lot of businesses added the e-commerce component to the site, a lot. You saw some groceries, you saw some charcuteries, chocolate places, a lot of high-end solution that most of the time their goal when they used to run their business was to ask people to come to their place, added the e-commerce component. I saw a lot of personal trainers in terms of all the sports moving online, cut the barriers of moving to the gym, move to to meet someone outside. You can do a lot of workout from your living room. I saw changing the patterns of education. So a lot of people suddenly tried to earn money from the site, something that they didn't think before. Now it's much more magnitude. All the brick and mortars that suddenly understand that they need to add the component of the online to what they used to do. And a lot of other people looking to add online stream in terms of collection through their business. So this is the most of the things that I see, and a lot of demands for solution like us. For example, in April, we added more than 3.2 million users to our platform. Suddenly, it's like everyone understood that they need to move online.
That's fantastic. Very exciting for you. If you're just joining me, everyone, I am live with Omer Shai, the Chief Marketing Officer of Wix. And thank you so much for joining me, Omer, and thank you so much for joining me, audience. If you want to win a prize, post a question, post a comment, let me know where you are from. We have a second prize winner right now, Natalie Norris of Rhode Island. Congratulations to fellow United States person, Natalie Norris in Rhode Island. I actually took a wonderful vacation with my wife to Newport, Rhode Island earlier this summer. It was wonderful. Okay, every week on the show, Omer, we take a look at the Likeable pyramid and talk about principles of likable leadership. So I'm going to ask Sam, my apprentice, to pull that up for us. And I'm going to ask you in a moment to share the qualities, the likable leadership qualities that resonate the most with you. But first, I'm going to ask our audience. So if you are watching at home or at work, or likely both at the same time, which of these qualities resonates the most with you as a leader? Is it listening? Is it storytelling? Is it passion? Is it teamwork? Is it surprise and delight? Is it responsiveness? Is it simplicity? Is it authenticity? Is it transparency? Is it adaptability? Or is it gratefulness? Post your answer to that question, and we'll choose our grand prize winner from somebody that posts an answer to that. But now, Omer, I know that when you first saw this pyramid, you had a lot of answers. But if I had to ask you for just a couple of them, which are the qualities that resonate most with you as a leader?
So it's not only me as a leader. I think this is also what I'm looking in my team members, the people that I would like them to join me to the journey. That we mentioned it's really a long journey. I mentioned it's like running a sprint for marathon. So for me, first, the things that pump up is passion. I'm really looking for people with passion, people that have spark in their eyes, people who really would like to do something bigger than what they are doing today, and they feel like they have it. So passion is something that I really admire. Another thing that I think that is related to the way that I'm managing is simplicity. Simplicity is crucial, especially when you are doing marketing. When you're doing marketing and you're running marketing team and creative team, and working with creative agencies and people from that working with you, and from the outside, a lot of time people are think in a too complex way, trying to tell story in really complex way. And a lot of time you need to think about the audiences and what the audiences are doing and what they're thinking, and where exactly are they in their life. And you need to be really simple in the way that you are telling the story, and to be appealing to them, that they don't think that too much. So simplicity is the second one.
I love
and I
it.
can move on and on. I can tell a story about almost
everything. I'll give you one more. I mean, you mentioned storytelling. I don't know if that would be your third. I love simplicity, Omer. Most of our guests, a lot of our guests say passion, which is great. I have a passion. I like to say I have a passion for passion. But simplicity is one that I don't hear as much, and I like how you described the importance of keeping things simple for your customers and your prospects. But what would you, the
and
third
also
be?
for us as a team, and
Yeah.
also for us as a team, when you're thinking about product and when you're thinking about messaging, okay, it's not only for the outside. I think transparency. Okay, I think transparency, when you are doing transparency as part of the culture, everything other is coming to the right place, falling in the right place. Okay, if you have an issue, tell the issue that you have. If you did a mistake, tell the mistake that you have. Try to fix it. Transparency in the way that you are communicating with the customers, the transparency in the way that you are managing your team. Transparency is something that I really, again, admire in the way that I'm trying to run the business. So great.
Yeah, I love that. And, I still think there are far too many publicly traded companies and large companies, public and private, that aren't transparent enough. And in this world where social media connects us all, where people are going to find out whether you like it or not, I really believe that those companies and executives that embrace transparency and leaders that embrace transparency are going to be the ones that are the longest lasting out there. We are going to wrap in just a couple minutes, everyone, but we have time for a couple questions. So if you have a question for Omer that hasn't been asked, feel free to post that in the comments. This is a really interesting question and suggestion from Angela. Do you put together reports or studies on what works and doesn't work for small businesses around the world in terms of their websites? That would be really interesting to see. Have you done that? Would you consider doing that?
So we are doing it partially. We are not doing it good enough. We talk about transparency. So we're not doing it good enough. We are working to improve it. I think that in the next year, you will see how we improve in the way that we are creating content that is exactly, it's going to be in a smart way that people can run their business. We also using a lot of the methodology in AI technology. For example, we're running ads for our customers based on AI and based on things that we are learning for what's working and what's not. And we are not telling it enough to our customers and in general. And I promise that we are going to be better in that in the next year.
Fantastic. Great question and great answer. Okay, how? Not sure I'm going to ask that question, actually. I don't fully understand it, so I'm not going to put that on you. Instead, I'm going to say one more question from me. One of my favorite things to ask folks at an interview is their biggest mistake and what they learned from it. So in your journey through Wix, even before, if you'd like, what would you say has been your biggest mistake along the way, and what did you learn?
I think that there are a lot of projects that I invested too much in terms of complicity of the project. I thought too much about too many elements and made a complex projects that were supposed to be really, really simple. This is my biggest mistake, okay? Because I waste a lot of time, I waste a lot of money, I waste a lot of my team time. Good for me that I have enormous team, great team that follow me, although I made them lost a lot of time and resources in some projects. But today I'm much better than that, and I'm educate them to take also decision that will make their life better. But I can tell you that in 4 or 5 projects, I made this mistake. I lost a lot of money because of that.
Valuable. So again, keep things simple, everyone. Don't overcomplicate things. That's what Omer's learned, and hopefully that's what many of us can learn from this interview. Omer, Shai, I want to thank you for joining us. Wix is a wonderful company. Like I said before, we use it with 3 of our companies. We really love it. And so if y'all haven't checked out Wix, then you're missing out. Check out Wix.com and build a website, whether you're a solopreneur or we have a lot of marketers that watch from big companies. So it's worth taking a look wherever you are in your career. We have a grand prize winner to give away, and I'm going to go with Penny Meyer. Congratulations, Penny Meyer of Dallas, Texas. You are a grand prize winner. We'll get a book out to you. And thank you again, Omer, for joining us. And thank you to all of you guys for spending some time with us today. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful, likable rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.